Hey guys, let me turn this off. I just wanted to come and talk to you guys for a little bit. I didn't feel like pulling out the DSLR. I'm just really vibing with my new vlogging camera. And just talk to you guys, because it just seems like I haven't sat down and talked to my viewers in such a long time. Currently I feel like I'm always saying I'm going through a lot of things, and I feel like that's just something with life. Like, we go through stuff, like we all go through things, and a lot of times it is a lot. Again, for those of you that have been following my journey, you guys know that right now I am on unemployment. And I just want to address some things, because I feel like some people are kind of misinformed, or they're trying to formulate their own opinion and thoughts about the situation. One, I want to say, this is YouTube. I edit my own videos. I record, I edit, I upload my own videos. So I am the one that controls what you see. So I am the producer of this show, you know, more to speak. So you're not going to see everything. I'm not going to give you everything about my life. Again, I try to be as transparent as possible, because I think that is very important. But at the same time, there are some things that just have to be left off of YouTube, because that's just life. There's not enough time. There's not enough background. It just is, because for your own personal sanity, because it just is that way. So there's people that are trying to like pick apart my life and formulate their own opinions based off of what they see as their truth in regards to me. And it's just so interesting, because I feel like right now I am a small YouTuber. Like, there's no reason to do that, because honestly there is no big monetary gain. Like, I don't get paid sponsorships right now. Like, I get boxes from Influencer for free, which I have the option of doing a review for that, but that is how their stuff is set up. Like, I haven't received a paid sponsorship from a company. I've like received free hair in the past, some free makeup, but that was back when YouTube wasn't the money game that it is now. Hopefully one day it does turn into that, if that is what God has for me, that I could rely on YouTube as an income. But at the same time, it doesn't pay my bills right now. So people kind of get that a little confused. They come hard for you, like, and I mean, I know that comes along with the territory of putting your life on social media as a vlogger, but there's so much like that I want to do with my channel. Like, my editing skills need to step up, my videography skills need to step up, and I use YouTube in the vlogs a lot to help me learn different things. That's why sometimes it'll be like, wow, and then sometimes it's like, okay, you know, because I'm still learning. And at the same time, I'm a mom. I got a child. Like, you know, he comes first. That comes first. But this may be a little long for some of you guys. I understand if you don't watch all the way through. What I'll try to do during editing is maybe bullet points. So if you guys want to know certain things, I'll try to put the times of where I start talking about those things at in the description box. It may take me a day or two, but I'm going to try to do that for you guys, so you don't have to, if you don't want to watch all the way through. Okay, the first thing I want to address is and I've been kind of asked, is why I'm on unemployment. I did not get fired from my job. No, I didn't quit either. What happened was, I was permanent on a job before getting the call for the job that I was last on. I know that's so much. And after speaking with the person on the phone, they had pulled my resume off of one of the sites, like Monster, Indeed, or somewhere I had my resume floating around. They pulled my resume and they gave me a call, and they told me about a position where I was basically making upwards of $20 an hour, give or take a couple of cents. But it was that an hour to do a job. They said that it was a temp to perm position. The lady I had spoke to, she said that it was going to be a permanent position. She was like, do your job, do your work, it'll turn into a permanent position. I've never in all my years of work history gone on a job, that was temporary and not came out permanent. Of course, it's not a guarantee, but from what the lady was saying, she was like, honestly, these are permanent positions. She just kept hammering in permanent positions. She was like, but they just like to hire people temporary because they like to weed out the workers and those that aren't going to work. That's what I was told by the agency. It was an agency I hadn't heard of before. They said they have high profile clients like federal government, state government, blase, blase. So then when I get on my interview with this state agency, that hiring manager said the same thing to me. She was like, we are looking for permanent people. She said, we hire on temp to weed out those that we don't, you know, so that way if we have to let people go, it's not a problem. It was never, so that's what I was told. I went in, I'm like, okay, so I had to justify leaving a permanent position with a company that had good benefits, good pay, permanent to go to a position like this, especially with a child. But, you know, you throw like 20 bucks an hour on the table, you know, you're like, okay, where do I sign? So once getting there, we all realized the small group that had came in was like, so basically y'all lied to us. This is nowhere near temporary. This is nowhere near permanent. The director of the bureau we were in made it clear that it wasn't a permanent position. She did say that she had positions opening up, but it was with the state. Anybody that's ever worked for the state, especially Pennsylvania State, which I have. I worked for them for 6 years before and ended up leaving them. It is a process that takes a long time. It could take upwards of a year or two to get hired on. So it was a civil service position too, so you had to go take a test. I took the test, passed it, and got put on the waiting list for those permanent positions that were supposed to open. There's a hiring freeze. So it's just a lot of, when you deal with the state, it's just a lot of sticky stuff. And it can take a lot of time. But anyway, we're working for this company. Things are going well. We all get called into a meeting. They sit down with us and they're like, you know what? Because the 6 months were approaching in around October. I feel like I have lipstick stuff like so crumbling, so don't think about that. But that's why I keep doing that. But we get called into the office in like October. That's roughly maybe 2 months, 2 and some change months before the date on our contract would be up. We get pulled into the office by the director, and she's like, we've extended you guys till March. For sure till March, but we have so much work, it's going to, you know, go on. So we're like, whew, okay, because we were all looking for jobs. We were like, we want to know what's going to happen, because if, you know, this is really truly a temp, like you guys told us, how y'all played us, getting us in here, we need to find employment. I had got offered a position making 18 something an hour, and I ended up turning it down because they said we were extended for basically another 6 months. I said, why leave and start over when I could have at least that full year under this title, and build my resume and time to get in with the state. That'll be enough time kind of like to get in even more with the state. So this was like in October. So we were turning down, a couple of us turned down positions that were paying good money. And we turned them down because we were like, it doesn't make sense. You know, this is kind of job security until then. You know, it was just a lot of things at play that just didn't make sense to leave. You know, especially for not, like, if it was like another contracted position. So anyway, shoot forward to December, the middle of December. It was like the week right before Christmas. We get this email from the agency we worked for, and was like, the Commonwealth of, you know, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Bureau of such and such has decided that, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania such and such has ran out of work. Thus, they've decided that I can't talk. They said the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we get this email, if I can find it, I'll put it in here, has ran out of work, and so your services are no longer needed, so your last day will be this day, and your last paycheck will be, what, January 4th? Like, this is right before Christmas. And if you guys have worked as a temp or for an agency, you know, 9 times out of 10, you don't get paid for holidays, you don't get paid for vacation, you don't get paid for any time you call off. So we've just been hit from what is it, Thanksgiving, our checks have been like poop because we've been missing days due to the state holidays that are off, like 2 days here, 1 day here, back to back every week. And so this is right before Christmas, so we're like, our last check, January 4th, we're gonna have like a $400 check when all is said and done, taxes and everything. Like, you guys decided to let us go the last day of the year. Like, that's deep. Like, especially when you called us and you smiled in our faces and said this, and we just were like, you know, it's jacked up because you didn't even have the balls to say to our face. You called us into this meeting, we turned down job opportunities. We were pissed. Needless to say, we were pissed. It's one thing if you didn't say it, but then for you to have made this statement like, for sure you guys aren't going to, honest, for sure, like hitting us with permanent words and saying this, our contract's being extended, this, that, the other. One, I felt some type of way about it though, because I was like, when they initially said that, I was like, we haven't signed anything extending us, we haven't got anything from the agency. But you know, good faith, just letting it go. And then that happened. So that is how I ended up unemployed. So it wasn't because I was terminated. It wasn't because of bad behavior. It was nothing like that. We honestly literally ran out of work. If you guys go back and watch those vlogs, if you haven't, or you've seen those vlogs when we were like joking off and stuff, we literally, like, I'm not even saying, oh, we had work. No, we literally had no work. Like, none. And we were told we were basically supposed to just sit at our desks for a month with no work. It was crazy. It was so crazy, you guys. Like, it was so crazy. But yeah, so that was that part of my life, and that's how I ended up unemployed. So no, I didn't get fired. No, I didn't get terminated. No, it wasn't anything crazy like that. It just was a contracted position, and the contract was up. So now I am currently unemployed. Yes, I do receive assistance from the state. I'm actively looking for work. Every day I'm putting in applications out there. Every day I'm working on my business, trying to build my photography clientele, I'm trying to hustle and find money like every day. So, I am going to CareerLink. I'm part of what they call a job club. We're supposed to help you find jobs, or they help pay for like education needed for jobs. So I'm kind of looking into that as well. So I'm not just sitting at home chilling. And I think for a second it started to get to me because I was just like, man, I'm not making enough money. You guys knew, like, when I wasn't getting paid for almost 3 months, like 2.5 months, like, it was rough. I was $3,000 in debt. And then when they finally did give me my money, I only got $900 to a $3,000 deficit. So it's like, right now it's a numbers game, and I'm trying to like slowly chip away some of these debts, but it's hard when you're only bringing in about $600 every 2 weeks. And I choose to share that with you guys. Like, it's not a secret to me, and I understand, yes, some people make that, but like, again, for my life and to take care of, I don't have any low income anything. This is the first time, well, this is the second time I've actually received benefits from the state, which all I get is food stamps. I don't get cash assistance. I don't get, and medical, excuse me. But like, people are acting like, oh, it's balling out. Like, my house is regular rent. Like, my apartment, I pay regular rent, and it's not $200, $300. Like, no. I have bills. I have utility bills. I have my car payment, which is upwards of about $400 a month. I have my car insurance. So it's things that I have to pay for that, so making that amount of money, it's really hard to make all these things happen and buy pull-ups and Pampers for my son. And this, by no means, you guys, please understand, I am not saying this to receive pity from you guys or to make you be like, oh, woe is me. No, because I am in a good place spiritually right now. Yes, there's work that still needs to be done, but I am in a good place where, like, I'm not like down, out, and desolate in regards to going through this. Like, I understand it's a season I have to go through, and I'm trying my best to be positive about it. I'm just telling you guys, I'm trying to be transparent and let you guys kind of into my world of what I'm facing financially. So that's that. But there is hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I've gotten some good feedback from jobs, and there's some things on the table right now that are looking a little nice. So, I'm praying about it, and I am just trusting God, and I'm praying that, God, I don't accept something that's not for me. I pray that I'm accepting something that is for me and was what you have for me, and I don't go in my own wisdom, because that would be terrible. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit, let you in, and kind of address some things that have been said through messages and comments and emails and Facebook. And you know, YouTube is interesting. People get audacity. I don't even know if that's the right word, but they get ballsy with stuff. They feel like they're entitled to your life when you put it on display, which is cool. I understand it. It comes with the territory. But don't think that I'm not going to clap back if you out of line. Okay? I don't play that mess in real life. And sometimes I just choose to ignore you, because I feel like if you are that negative to try to come and rectify my life, you must really have some things going on in yours. And I just shout out to the beautiful souls that have just been amazing during this journey. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. I thank God for you. I pray for you guys. I lift you guys up to God all the time. Like, you know, you've been a big encouragement to me. Like the ones that'll send me scriptures, send me sermons, just send me kind words of encouragement. Other mamas out there that are supporting. Like, I love y'all. I respect y'all. I thank God for you guys. And I just pray that we get through these seasons and we get through this journey and onto the milk and honey promised land. But I gotta cut this short. I didn't address all that I wanted to address, so maybe I'll sit down, you know, on another date and talk about some things. But this is probably like 25 minutes, child, and I know that's a long time to hear somebody talk. So plus I got to get my son up and get him ready for church. I get thrown off now because it's light a lot longer, which is good for a photography business and good for filming videos because there's more light to work with. I just want the weather to cooperate, because today it was like snowing, then sunny, snowing, then sunny. Really weird. But I'm about to wake up my baby, get him dressed, and get myself finished getting ready and go to church. But I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye.